finally returned back to my favorite videos to ever freaking record. I love the scary ones. Ain't gonna get into that little rant. I already tell you guys all the time. Alright, but anyway, this one, I'm excited because I feel like it's about to be good. Now, luckily for me, I've never had like any crazy experience with like neighbors, like beyond crazy, which suck at that point because you're kind of stuck living next to this person. So you kind of want to get good with your neighbors. However, though, there was like something creepy that happened with our neighbor in Arizona, or whatever. Not like far as like with us though, but basically, so in Arizona, we was in Arizona, whatever. We had this neighbor next to who was really weird, and he's had this girl that used to come over all the time, and I kid you not, he used to beat this girl all the time. For the first couple times, I felt bad, like oh my god, like I really hope this stop. I really hope the cops stop this, boom, boom, boom. But it gets to a point when you start to see people like being idiots, where you're like, I don't care, because she kept coming back every time the cop would save her. She kept coming back. It got to a point I was like, you know what? Go ahead, he just beat you up, because I'm tired of listening to this crap, and you just keep going back every day. You obviously do not care. But the scary thing that happened, we'll start the video soon. But the scary thing that happened though, one day, me and my girl was using this app, whatever. Well, we downloaded this app that just let you see, because we were talking about like pedophiles and sex offenders and everything that's like in your area, whatever. So we was like, let's look it up and see. And now I was like, yes, I use it in Texas, and it was a bunch around us. And I kid you for, it's the creepiest. I wouldn't say entertaining, but it was kind of entertaining, just kind of like, because I was just going through the list just looking at people, because it shows, which is good, it shows pictures, reason why, everything, which is kind of, so you kind of get stuck on the app. I'm saying like I really scroll or whatever. But anyway, so we download it and we get it, and as soon as we open up, bam, right smack next door to us was one. I was like, oh my god, not like he like get us or whatever, but it's like, oh my god, when you tell me the dude right to the left of us, the dude that I say what up to when I go get the mail is a freaking sex offender. Nah, but before you like judge people on being a sex offender, though, you do want to be careful, because if they're actually a sex offender, then yes, I don't really care for you. But you can get to a point you have to register as one, just from like, let's say if you was outside, like I have bad for bad, you like pee behind a tree. Technically, if you get caught doing that, you will have to register as a sex offender. Like, so stuff like that can get you registered. So that's why it's like, if it's something like that, and it's like, you ain't no sex offender. But if it's like legit stuff you did to like a kid, and it's like, I don't care about you that much. But I'm sorry about my rant, not even that much, like at all, because you guys know how I feel about when it comes to like hurting kids. But anyway, I'm about to check out 4 disturbing true neighbor horror stories that will creep you out. Now this better be good, because I just gave my long story, alright? Because you guys know, if you're new to my channel, I talk a lot, and also when it comes to videos I can relate to, I get extra excited. But go check it out. This is my Nightmare Files. Check out the original video, link in the description below. But let's go. Sorry for that rant, my man. You guys know me, okay? OGs on the channel know. I won't talk too much. Hey, that was my movie too. That was Disturbia, wasn't it? Makes sense to disturb me there. I might watch that tonight. Turn that down. That's a little too creepy. I can turn back up.
This story happened about 4 years ago. Me and my wife Rachel had just moved into a nice house.
Say where?
About 2 days after moving in, we met a middle-aged couple, Dennis and Laura. They were friendly and were nice neighbors, and we would often go over to their barbecues and evening dinners.
Yeah, I used to go with my
went
neighbors
to
a
their
lot.
house one night for dinner, and it went fine. We talked and laughed and got on great as usual. At one point during the dinner, I needed to go to the bathroom, and I excused myself. As I was walking, Dennis stopped me and said I needed to use the bathroom upstairs. I should mention that whenever me and my wife needed to use the bathroom, we always used the downstairs bathroom.
Because he got a body in that one.
This would be the first time going upstairs, actually.
Who is that?
I had to try a few doors to see which one was the bathroom. I eventually opened the door to Dennis and Laura's bedroom. I don't know why, but I just wanted to have a little look around.
I know you could nosy
as it was, I'm glad I did. I was looking at the pictures on the nightstand, a few of Dennis and a few of Laura together. Some of their children, and then one that took me by surprise. It was a picture that we had taken a few months ago. It was the 4 of us together. Only my wife's face was scratched out. I thought that's really sick and odd. And it was obviously done deliberately. After seeing this, it made me more curious to see what else was in their room.
No, get your wife and go!
I opened up a few drawers to see the same thing. That same picture with my wife's face scratched out or cut out of the photo. Just hundreds of them in their drawers. I felt pretty sick with worry at this point.
Take one, put it in your pocket, and go.
My curiosity got the best of me, and I decided to look some more.
You about to get caught.
I opened up their closet, and what I saw gives me the chills to this day. It was a mannequin with clothes very similar to what my wife wears.
What
A
the
large
crap
printed
kind of-
picture of her face was covering the head. This was creepy enough. Really creepy. But what made it even more scary is...
There's more?
The mannequin was covered with knives and stabbed into the chest of the mannequin.
Hey, this is freaking me out.
I quickly put everything back to how it was.
Like,
and closed the closet door.
Take one of them knives, what you do?
I went back downstairs and I tried to act as
normal
as I could.
Hey, how y'all doing?
Even though I wanted to be sick with what I just saw.
I already pissed on yourself.
After a very weird and awkward evening, I was relieved to get away from them and get back home.
Thank goodness.
I didn't tell my wife. I didn't tell her what I saw, but I told her to never speak to them again. And the strange thing is, Dennis and Laura completely avoided us and were pretty hostile towards us ever since.
Because they know you know.
I have an awful feeling that somehow they knew what I just found out. Yep. We moved out of that house about 3 months after that.
3 days.
Never seen them again.
3 hours. I'm gone. Been a U-Haul out there. Throw that in there. I'm done with this. Okay, I'm done with this crap, bro. I am done. Okay, Nightmare. You better not go to YouTube conventions, bro, because you're going to have to catch a fade, bro. You're going to have to catch one, my guy. I've been getting Nightmare files. Freaking put the jump scares at the end. God, I done banged my elbow, bro. Anyway, though, bro. But what's really creepy about it is they kept Xing her out the picture. Like, they didn't want you dead. They wanted her gone. So, like, because usually on a scary movie, that's what that resembles. Like, when you see a picture of, like, someone, like, usually just the eyes are scratched out, like, in an X formation, though. That kind of resembles as the X you out of the picture. Like, get you out of here, clown. And for them, like, and then they had a whole mannequin, like, of trying to get rid of your wife. Like, and then what really got me is, like, they just completely avoided just that. Thank goodness they did. But sometimes it would make me worry every freaking night. Like, why are they not saying anything? Why are they acting hostile towards them? Like, if you know, I know. At that point, you would think, like, all right, now it's time to execute the plan because now they know. So now let's go and get it, like, put it into place. And then also, what was getting me, this is why this one had my hair stand up. The one with, like, middle age, that one get me a little bit. Because if you're middle age, that means you might know how to fight. You might got some hands. Or I like when it's older people, when it's like it was a 70-year-old man. I like that one's good, because I already know you're not about to win this fight. I know that regardless. So I like those ones. But a middle-aged one, yeah, that kind of get me like, I don't know, because what if this mug's strong, bro? What if he know how to fight? Oh, my God. And the sound is still there. God. Remember, at the end of the story, be ready. Clown.
This story happened about 3 years ago. When I was 16, I had my first boyfriend, Ben, who just so happened to be my next-door neighbor. For the first few months of dating, we were going fine.
He crazy.
Up until I had dinner at Ben's house one evening. His dad, Graham, gave me the creeps. From the first moment I ever met him, he was creepy to me.
I hate people like that.
He shook my hand tightly and had a big grin on his face with his big bulging eyes. At the dinner, I swear Graham never took his eyes off of me at all.
Man, what you looking at, bro?
Every now and then, I would glance over to see if he was still staring at me, and of course he was.
You ever all right, so my bad, stop it. But the way you do it, I know I'm not the only one that do this. Let's say like right now, if you were just staring, because you are standing right now anyway, really hard. I don't know why you always do that. I tell you every day this stuff. Don't even worry about it. But anyway, so you're not like people staring at you, right? And you want to see they still looking, but you don't want to like get them to see they still looking. So you do like this, like you look like past them, like. But as you're turning looking, you're kind of low-key locking eyes a little bit, but you turn like you look for something else. You're like, oh, what the? Like you looking for something else, but you look like this mug is still staring at me. Like, I know I'm not the only one that do that. Like you look past them so that way you can look and see like, yep, they still looking, but you kind of like going that way. You know what I'm talking about.
From then on, I spent more time around Ben's house. We would watch movies in his room, play video games.
I would ask about your dad, like, bro, what's wrong with your pops?
Whenever I was at Ben's house, his dad would always be lingering around. Like he would always burst into the bedroom without knocking.
For real?
Asking things like, how's everything? Or,
we good?
I thought I heard you calling me.
You know Dan Wayne calling your name.
Basically an excuse to come in. It's like he wanted to catch us doing something, if you know what I mean.
Because he probably a cook.
And whenever I would go to the bathroom, of course, he would try and come in, even though the door was locked. He would knock and say, oh, I didn't realize someone was in the bathroom. This
you know damn well I'm up in
here for a while. Maybe about 2 months, but there was this one incident that really scared me. Ben asked if I can go to the basement and grab a couple of pops. I went down there and looked around in the fridge to see what drinks they had.
I gotta stop it. For my people that like to debate, is it soda or pop? What did my guy just say? He just said to grab a couple pops. I'm not gonna start.
The pops. I went down there and looked around in the fridge to see what drinks they had.
Ain't no pop.
Then I heard the door close. It was the basement door. And then his dad came walking down the steps.
How old is his dad?
He asked me what I was doing down there, and I told him I was just grabbing some pop for myself. I smiled and walked past him and headed up the stairs. I tried to open the basement door, but it was locked.
Kick him down if he's below you.
Locked it behind him. I turned around and said, sir, could you help? The door is stuck. He didn't reply. I went back downstairs and I saw his dad with his top off, rolling a can of Sprite on his body, saying, "It's a hot day, isn't it?"
Dang, how you seduce me, my guy.
Uncomfortable. And I asked once more, could you open the door because it seems to be stuck?
It's hot, huh?
I didn't say lock because I didn't want him to know I was uncomfortable.
I'm beyond
He said to me, here's the key, and placed it on a small table next to him.
I ain't grabbing that.
And then he said, come and get it, while smiling with his tongue rubbing against his teeth. I let out a nervous, awkward laugh as I thought he was joking.
No,
he wasn't.
I'm ready.
I crouched down to grab the key, but just as I did, I could feel his face near mine, and he was smelling my hair. I could hear him, really close, breathing in through his nose. As soon as I got the key, I sped, walked up the stairs to open the door. I just left at that point, and I went home and cried in my bedroom. I never told anyone this story, and I broke up with Ben shortly after this incident. We lived there for 2 more years after that, until we moved away. Every now and then, I would see his dad in his garden or something, and he would always give me that same creepy smile like he did in the basement.
Told you I was ready, clown. My thing is, wait. I hate when you're in a story like that. You should have confronted Ben and see what Ben had to say. Because if Ben would have played it off dumb or something, he should have got slapped too. But if I'm questioning Ben know his tactics, because you can tell when somebody being awkward. Just like if I was at a table and let's say me and you we dating, whatever. I don't know about herself. But anyway, so let's say like we at a table, boom, me and you and I were dating. We're at a table and my dad is on the other side of the table, blah blah blah, whatever. I would determine like my dad is really doing some creepy stuff towards you, like Pops. Could you stop looking at her like that? Like chill out, my guy. Like he should have noticed stuff like that, clown. I want to know what Ben felt about it. What Ben. I just want to know what Ben had to say about it. Because he probably
used to have this neighbor. His name was George. He was about 50 years old at the time.
Good.
He lived alone, and I swear all he used to do was just stare out his window, giving us dirty looks. Whenever kids would knock on his door asking for their ball back, he would always curse at them and make.
We had a neighbor like that when I was a kid. We used to call it the witch house.
Sometimes he wouldn't even give the ball back until a week later, when he would just puncture the ball.
I never understood why people just be
and he'll just throw him
just
over
mean
the
and grouchy like that.
He was a moody old guy. But every second weekend of the month, he would go fishing for 2 days.
And they gonna go in his house.
I was 15 at the time of this story. And one day, myself and my friend, we came up with an idea to sneak into George's house.
Man, you better leave that man's house alone.
Because as dumb teenagers, we thought it would be hilarious. So that following weekend, George left for his weekend fishing trip. And that same night,
he came back.
Me and my friend, who was sleeping at my house at the time, we snuck out late and went to check George's creepy house. I always knew he left a spare key under his plant pot, so getting inside was easy. I know this is breaking and entering.
Yeah, it really is, my guy.
What we discovered in the house made me thankful that my friend and I came up with this dumb idea. We looked around George's house. Most of the rooms were pretty normal as far as normal goes. My friend went off and looked around the other rooms while I went into his office. There was a computer there. I moved the mouse around and clicked on the login. Funny enough,
no password because he's old.
He didn't even have a password.
See, I'll be like that. My granny, everybody.
I looked around his PC desktop at what applications he had. Pretty basic stuff, but I noticed a file called Favorite Photos.
Pictures of you.
I clicked on it and saw hundreds and hundreds of inappropriate pictures of children in our neighborhood. I was thinking to myself, what the hell is this? Just as I was looking at this sick stuff, I could hear my friend loudly whispering to me from another room, saying I need to look at something right now.
It's gonna be pictures of you.
I left the computer desk and went to have a look. My friend found a duffel bag with duct tape, sleeping pills, candy, a long piece of rope, crowbar, and a loaded gun.
Take the gun.
We were both in complete shock. I also told him, and I showed him what I found on his computer.
What kind of
We
mess?
both were scared as hell, and it wasn't funny anymore.
No!
We put everything back the way we found it and snuck out back to my house. Me and my friend didn't know who to call.
The police?
So we didn't really want to call the police because
we
would have gotten in trouble for breaking.
Yeah, that's bad because if they couldn't have proved it, then it'd just be like breaking the internet at that point. So then he'd have been onto y'all and the cops wouldn't believe y'all story at that point no more because y'all just bad kids at this point. Calling the cops just yet, I would have took the whole damn computer and I'd have called the cops, clown.
We chose not to say anything to anyone until this story.
Told you! Well, I ain't saying nothing, but you know what I meant. I was ready. You saw me grab these headphones, clown. Stupid crowd.
There used to be a young couple next door to me. Every other night, you could hear them arguing and fighting about something.
I had that neighbor.
Probably drugs, as a lot of shady characters would visit their house
did like
to
the
deliver
crackheads
something.
too.
One night, they had a really bad fight, much worse than usual.
This sound like my old
neighbor.
neighbor.
Shouting and crying, and something hit in the wall, and then suddenly the shouting stopped.
Ooh, somebody killed
Just
somebody.
completely stopped. No more noise whatsoever, and just nothing. I looked out the window with the lights out, just to see if I could see
real
anything
slow
out
light.
the ordinary. About 15 minutes after the fighting,
A bag. Somebody carrying the bag.
a black van pulled up outside, and 4 hooded men got out and went inside. About an hour later, I could see the men and the neighbor carrying something into the van.
I'm a genius. I
It
know.
looked like large black trash bags.
Told you.
I phoned the police about what just went on and what I witnessed. They visited the next door neighbor and questioned the man. Apparently his girlfriend just left and decided to never come back.
No, because that was her in that bag.
She never went missing or anything. She just left. I never believed it. I swear to this day he killed her, and they somehow got rid of the body. Nearly a year later, the man next door died of a drug overdose.
Yup.
And we never found out the truth.
Stop that. That is creepy. I like when they say city and state, though. I'm mad he never said city and state. Because that one sounded just like the story I told you guys at the beginning. Like, every freaking day, this girl used to come over there. They used to argue all the time. Police was always breaking up. But she would come right back the next freaking day. And you can just hear them over there howling and arguing every freaking time, bro. But, and I'm sure dude was selling drugs at the house because everybody used to come over there and look like these little skinny little bass heads, whatever. They're like these skinny, like, girls, whatever. And they like, they hair like, what was the doll on, I don't know if you guys ever saw Rugrats. I want to say Cynthia, I think that's the doll. Where it's like patches of hair or whatever. It kind of like that. They kind of like that most of the time. So I could tell he was selling drugs at the house. And that was probably one that was his girl that he's probably beating up, probably put her on the drugs also as well. But it was really creepy. Something about this, how I used to hate it. I never really talked to him. Most I used to say to him was like, what up, when I used to come out there. Well, one creepy thing did happen between me and him. Like, it wasn't nothing like major. It was just one day I was out there getting the mail. And he got, like, you know, like when you kind of got something on your mind, like, well, your mind, I'm thinking like this. You got something on your chest, whatever, but you kind of got to know. Because he came to me, he's like, hey, yo, what's up? And I was like, what up? But he was kind of walking to me a little fast, whatever. So at that point, I'm kind of like getting on guard, but at the same time, like not showing it, but I'm just like ready, like if I got to swing, I'm about to swing. But he was like, hey man, my girl that be coming over, did she come over your house or whatever? I was like, nah, bro. And he was like, all right, thanks. And that was it, but like real fast. But the way he said it was like he was looking for us if she did something, or if like she's been missing, he's trying to find out like if she's telling her or something like that. Basically, he was trying to find out something, whatever. And it first when I was like, no, that was it. I was like, whatever. But as I was in the house, it kind of hit me. I'm like, man, like that didn't sit right with me. Like, did something happen? And I kid you not, I've never, ever seen that girl back over there ever again. I'm not saying he killed her, but I think something happened, but he was really looking, or if something happened, he's trying to find out if I knew something happened. It basically just didn't sit right with me. So I was kind of like, I don't know, my guy. But this one was hella freaking good, bro. I love it. I don't know what it is about a scary feeling that I just freaking love. Like, it scares me at the same time, but I freaking love it. But yo, if you guys enjoyed the video, give it a like, comment, share, guys are awesome. The link to the original video will be in the description below. But